So my course, Land Economy, is got quite an unusual name. They don't offer it anywhere else, but basically it's a kind of combination of economics, law, and the built and natural environment. So I actually picked it because I did English, geography, and economics at A-level, and I really loved all of them, and I didn't really know what I wanted to study. So I applied for English, and I decided that I wasn't really sure if it was for me, so I took a gap year to kind of think a bit more about my choices, and I found Land Economy in the prospectus, and I just thought it sounded really interesting because I didn't want to do an economics course that was overly mathematical. I didn't have A-level maths, so I couldn't apply for economics on its own at some universities anyway.
I chose my course because it had the combination of film and media, which is what I want to do when I leave.
How did I pick my university course? Well, I started off really loving a particular university, and I went to their open day and had a look at the sort of courses they had there, and that's where I came across anthropology, which turned out to be a perfect mix of my A-levels of geography, English literature and biology, and I explored anthropology as a topic further.
Now, why did I pick English? Well, I did English A-level and I loved it, so that's point number one. But I also did history A-level and I also really loved that. And one of the things that I thought was really interesting and really good about the Cambridge English course was the fact that it puts historical context as a really important part of the degree. And you go through the whole course chronologically, starting with medieval and ending up in the present day, just to give you a grounding in sort of the scope of English literature. And you get to explore the things that are going on at the time that things are being written. And you don't just look at literature within a little bubble of itself and of the work, you look at what was going on at the time, what are the different debates that are happening, what's going on in politics, all of these different really interesting things that can help shape novels and plays and poetry. But there is also an opportunity to look at things in that sort of minute detail as literary objects, and that's also really cool. So that's what I like about the English course. It combines those two sort of areas of interest in me and gives you quite a lot of scope to really look at things, however more interesting, which is really great.
The reason I decided to study a subject in the social sciences area was because I studied sociology at A-level and I wanted to further my knowledge. Sociology is a really broad subject and there's loads of interesting things you can learn, which is why it's something that I thought was perfect for me to study at university.
So I decided that I wanted to study veterinary medicine in about year 10 when I did some work experience at the local vet practice. I found that I really loved the variety of work that a vet does, and the prospect of something that applied knowledge and science in a very practical way just really appealed to me. It helped that I saw a lot of kittens that week, but it was probably the start of me wanting to be a vet.
I chose to go to AOU as I was so won over by them at an open day when I visited them. The atmosphere was really friendly and really welcoming, and I thought this is where I want to study for the next 3 years.
I hadn't been to Cambridge, I hadn't looked around any of the colleges, so I looked on the website and I looked at where they were. I wanted a college that was quite central, so that helped me narrow it down, and I just thought Pembroke looked really nice. It was a medium-sized college, so I thought it was, enough people, but not overwhelming. So yeah, that was how I picked it.
I chose ARU because it was close to home and it was a perfect course for me.
I chose to study at Bristol University because it had the exact course I wanted, and it also had a sporting club that I was hoping to join in the city.
I would say for me the hardest thing about university is juggling studying and also seeing friends and family, but also for me we also have placements, so it's just finding the right balance for you.
The hardest thing about uni for me has been adapting to time management and make sure that all my assessments are in on time and do a lot more research than I would before.
The best thing about university for me has been developing all these employability skills and getting a better idea of what I want to do with my career and getting really excited about starting it.
The best thing about university, I would say, is the independence, so you're having a bit more choice in what you can do in terms of budgeting your finance, washing and cooking, so making sure that you have a couple of good recipes underneath your belt.
I would tell 15-year-old me not to worry about too much and to really show your confidence, because I wasn't that confident at 15. Really showcase what you have.
I'd probably tell my 15-year-old self that to probably have more confidence in yourself and actually believe that you can do it. All the hard work and dedication will get you there.